Welcome to Bee's Travelogue, episode 68. I love walking around Korean traditional markets, so this morning I went back to Bujeong. I walked through the meat section, then the kimchi section. It's amazing to me how many different varieties of kimchi there are. I then walked through the vegetable section and the fruit section. My entire time in Korea, apples were incredibly expensive. I then came to the really large seafood section. There was everything from fresh mussels and shrimp and fish to dried and cooked fish and crabs. And actually in this one section, I looked at the crabs and they were so fresh, they were actually trying to run away. The market was quite crowded actually, and one of the most popular stalls was this young man here expertly opening shells. Everybody was watching and buying from him. As usual, the ceiling designs could be used to orient oneself within the market. There were lots of roots and vegetables I didn't really recognize. My favorite usually are the chili peppers, but in Korea I didn't find the Thai kind. I actually had to look for the Thai store to find the chili peppers that I really liked. There were lots of mushrooms, potatoes, yams, all sorts of items. Most of them were being sold by the bucketful or in entire boxes, so there were usually way too many for a single person. How much garlic can you actually use is my question. These indoor markets in Korea have many exits, many entrances, so you really have to know which area you want to go to. Where I ended up toward the end was spices and warm foods. I didn't buy anything because for my lunch I wanted to go to the cafe that belongs to the father of BTS's member Jimin. I noticed my bus took me to the wrong part of Seoul, so I had to get the help of locals to find a new bus stop. While I was waiting, something soft hit my head. When I looked down, I found dirty socks, and they had been thrown by this man. He had no reason to do that other than possibly not liking foreigners in this part of the city, I don't know. Again, with some help of locals, I finally located the cafe, which from the outside is not very impressive. Inside it was very spacious, and everywhere you looked you could see pictures of Jimin. The selection was awesome. I picked a dry cake and only after I bought it discovered all the other cakes I could have bought. A lot of young women were just hanging out, working on their laptops, probably hoping to run into Jimin or his father. I admired the artwork and also just sat and enjoyed my lunch, which was very delicious and very big, so I couldn't eat a second cake. It just wasn't possible. After I ate, I walked around and took pictures of everything. There was artwork on the walls, there was artwork by the bathroom, there was a lot of purple because the color of BTS's army is purple. I believe some of the artwork was for sale, and definitely there was a lot of merchandise for sale. The purple army clothes, a lot of things with Jimin on it, everything could be purchased. And then there was a huge table with gifts that the fans were dropping off for Jimin and that his father collected for him. And these were my final hours in Busan. I had to get back to the bus station. Busan was definitely one of my favorite cities to visit, and if I were to go back to Korea, I would want to spend more time in Busan and explore it more. Thank you for watching with me, and I hope you'll join me for my next video in Mokpo with my friends.